go. Here we go. Back again. Hope everybody is wonderful. I'm always good because we're in this lab and we're dissecting rookies still. We're talking Ricky Pearsall. We're talking wide receivers, 49ers product, Florida and Arizona State collegiate product as well. Pearsall is one of my favorites. Also in this class, there's so many talented wide receivers that we can get behind. The influx of potential high-end talent does not rest with Pearsall because there are many more down the board. But I mean, continuing with these pass catchers, these catchers of balls because they are so good. Let's talk a little pros, cons, grade score for the 49ers' newest addition in Ricky Pearsall. You know, when we see certain regimes in the NFL and how they choose to draft their talent off the draft board with these rookies, they're very systematic in how they covet their players, and Ricky Pearsall does definitely identify as a Kyle Shanahan supportive piece that he loves to have in his offense. The talent that he continues to build definitely does give his playbook every opportunity to be that much better. And like I said, the 49ers drafted this man round 1, pick 31, end of the first round. Did shock some people saying, was he really a first-round talent? And I mean, if you go back to the Brandon Ayuk draft, correct me if I'm wrong, but I do believe that Ayuk was a first-round pick as well. And a lot of people were shocked with that one, also saying, really, Ayuk's a first-rounder? And look what Ayuk is turning into as well. Pearsall is definitely, it's debatable whether or not he's a first-round talent, but could he become something to covet as a first-round player in this Shanahan offense? Abso-freaking-lutely. And I mean, we know what this offense does look like with Christian McCaffrey, Brock Purdy. I mean, Purdy's got some definite weapons to throw to. The depth here is Brandon Ayuk, Deebo Samuel, Juwan Jennings, Ronnie Bell, who I'm still very supportive of. I do like Ronnie Bell quite a bit. Jacob Cowing, I mean, rookie as well. He is very electric. And I mean, another one you could talk about being a potential slot dynamo in this offense. Also, Chris Conley, Danny Gray, who's got wheels for days, Trent Taylor, and then, I mean, continuing down the list, the depth does start to fall off just a little bit. But the biggest situation that we got to discuss with these 49ers, are they hedge betting? Did they hedge bet with a Ricky Pearsall because of the potential continuous discussions and rumors that the trade could potentially happen? Either Brandon Ayuk or Deebo Samuel may not be on this team come September when they do kick off NFL football. We will see. It would be very difficult for me to suggest right now to say that this won't be the roster moving forward. But, I mean, if they do have the ability to return value in picks, I would potentially say Deebo over Ayuk because Ayuk is definitely showcasing he can stay on the field. He's making a lot of plays. His game is growing in the next direction, where a Deebo, always in the medical room, always missing contests, even though he is an electric playmaker. Do you want to continue to pay somebody who's always in the medical room and not paying dividends on your offense that you're looking for? Enter rookie Ricky Pearsall. He could be this guy that could replace one of these wide receivers if they do, depart. I mean, can anybody really replace what Deebo does? Probably not, but at least you're going to have the ability to have a wide receiver like Pearsall on the field that can, he's got so many good pros when it comes to his route run ability. I'm telling y'all, you could absolutely plug him in, and he could be a fixture in this offense for a very long time. But for those measurables, 6'1", 189, he is 23 years of age, older rookie at this point, played in 55 contests, like I said, with Arizona State and these Florida Gators. I mean, so 159 receptions, 24-20 in yards, 15.2 on the average, and a decent 14 TDs. But in a lot of contests, he was not scoring as many TDs as we would have wanted to see. But, I mean, at least this past season, we did see what he was able to do and what he's potentially capable of as the ceiling continues to grow. But for some pros, I'm going to start there with the breakout season this past year, 65 receptions, 965, and 4 TDs. So like I'm saying, while he's not, scoring you in a plethora of touchdown talent, but he is able to at least get open. He's able to make plays. Yes, there was some contests where he also disappeared, but I do like his game so much, and I understand why Kyle Shanahan wants him on the 49ers in this offense. Good size, long. He just looks the part, man, that he's bigger than 6'1", because that torso is so much longer, and you do feel like he can outbody some of these guys just with his size and how much length he does possess. Some say he doesn't have a great catch radius. I don't know what y'all watching, because I'm not in that camp whatsoever. Extremely athletic, and he does have explosive speed. While he did run a 4.41, he looks a lot faster on the field. There is no question in my mind. You go turn on the film, you're going to see exactly what I'm talking about when he is getting down the field. First step burst is there, and I think that also aids in how you view the talent of how the explosive explosive speed is. Is he going to burn you down the field? Probably not with the best of them in the NFL, but at least getting off that line, at least, going mid-range down the field, you do see the first step burst, and you do see the explosive speed, what you're looking for. Quick feet are a pluses for me also, and it all goes into the same realm of how he's able to get off the line, how he's able to get open, and it is utilizing the athletic ability and the speed capabilities that he does possess. Fabulous yak upside, and I think that's going to be what he's going to be relied upon here in the NFL. Get the ball in his hand, something like a Puka-esque type of wide receiver, you want to say. Maybe a little bit leaner than a Puka, but you want to say very similar characteristic in role. I do believe that, and that's why they do like him quite a bit. Hands are very good, and I mean, getting him the ball in his hands, able to make plays down the field, he will be a big part of this offense. Many acrobatic grabs. I know everybody knows the one highlight that he does have where he's over the middle and he does a one-handed swoop catch out of the air. Hands are very good. Soft, corralling. I don't see a fault in his hands whatsoever. Everybody's going to have drops from time to time, but I just don't see this being a problem for a Puka, especially playing with a guy like Brock Purdy, who has proven that he can at least, dish out the football quite a bit to his wide receivers. I think that Pearsall is going to fit in extremely well. Good hops. Is it great? No, but I do like the fact that it is athletic style, that he is able to get up and get after these footballs when they are in the air, when they are off target. Little errant of a pass, maybe a little inaccurate. He's still able to get up and go get these balls, man. Elite body contortion comes with that athletic ability style. You do love to see it when he is up in the air. His body is able to be contorted however he chooses, and he's able to come down with that football. Very good in that respect. I'm going to say elite. I have it written down as elite, so I'm going to stick to my guns as I was writing and scouting these guys, man. Elite route tree ability. Is he the best in the class? I mean, it's very much at that point where we can say, I don't know if it's really a debate. I think that he is one of the best route runners in this class, and he will definitely showcase that. It's a craft that he does excel at, and it's, again, like I said, with the first step burst, the quick feet off the line, able to beat his defensive backs, whatever route he's doing, the drags, the slants, the goes, he's able to get down the field, especially when you saw mid-range. I was watching this quite a bit when he was going mid-range on the sevens, and you can see how he's able to break free from his defensive backs. I do like it a lot. I think his route tree is just going to continue to grow and elevate that much more, especially in this 49ers offense who are predicated upon good route runners, and I think he'll fit in like a glove as well. Separates with ease, like I'm saying, regardless if it's short range or mid range. He does very well in this respect. Whether it's going deep down the field, I don't know if we're going to see a lot of this as well. Doesn't say he can't do it, but I think that he's better suited to be that guy over the middle. Potential elite slot in the NFL, like I'm saying, I think is going to be home for him in the NFL, and I think he's going to succeed extremely well at that. Something like we see from, like I said, the Rams wide receiver there, Puka Nacua. I think it's going to be very similar, not identical, but I think very similar in a lot of facets, no question. But for some cons, okay, he had flash at Arizona State with Jaden Daniels. Why did it not go to top-end abilities? I mean, even for Jaden Daniels, why did it take him to go to LSU to finally break out? Even in his second year at LSU for Jaden Daniels, finally found the way to be that explosive quarterback that we were looking for. Was Pearsall bad with a Jaden Daniels? No. Was it top end? No. And this is, again, why? It's like I was talking about A.D. Mitchell earlier this week. Why is it that it took these guys some time? And even going to Florida, he didn't necessarily have the greatest quarterbacks behind him to help him out, but at least, the season stats looked better. And you just want to see what he can do with a very good quarterback. And I think with a Brock Purdy, we're going to see this, transform what he could potentially be in the NFL. Never dominated at Florida State, like I'm saying. The lesser QBs were an issue for him also. But the fact that he played with lesser QBs playing in the SEC and his stat line did improve, those are all big positives to speak on when we talk about a Ricky Pearsall, no question. Elite breakaway wheels are in question. So like I said, I think his damage is going to be more quick than fast, even though it does look like he's extremely explosive on film. I don't think he's running away from a lot of guys in the NFL. I think they're going to keep up with him when he does get to a certain point, maybe 20 yards down the field, and these defensive backs may be able to creep up and catch up on him. I don't think he's got the breakaway wheels, but he is faster when he is short range, and he's going to be able to make a lot of plays for you that as well. I'm only saying elite breakaway wheels to get you those house calls may not be part of his MO. Press could be a problem at 189, even though I'm not overly concerned. I just want to see a little bit more strength added. Add some some more muscle mass to the frame, get off that press, be a little bit more physical, and then you can absolutely continue to excel. However, his route tree is so good, we may not have to see him have to be physical on the line. His quick feet may be able to even beat off the press, where these guys won't even be able to touch him and get hands on the chest plate, and he's going to be able to get around anyway. But I still would like to see him maybe add, 5 to 10 pounds of pure muscle just to get a little bit stronger to not be pushed around in the NFL. Is slot home in the NFL more statement than a con? I think the alpha slot is going to be home for him, and I think that it is appropriate, and I think that's what Kyle Shanahan does want to do with a Ricky Pearsall. I do like it quite a bit. More of a statement than a con. You do want to see guys be versatile. That's why I got it here in the cons, as that is he scheme-dependent wide receiver. This is potential as well, but I do think that, while this is another statement over a con, I think he found the right scheme with these 49ers. I don't think it's going to inhibit him whatsoever. They're going to utilize and maximize every situation to get footballs in his hands, to make him be that playmaker. This is why they drafted him. And if they do trade away an Ayuk or Debo, the dependencies are going to be very high for him to make a lot of plays in this offense. Older rookie prospect, like I said, 23 years old. He will be 24, I believe, before the season does begin. So, older rookie right off the bat. So there is tread on these tires, but he's still an untapped tread when it comes to the statistics and how he was playing in college football. But nevertheless, grading purposes, everybody gets a grade score, and he graded out fairly good for me. There were some things I did want to see cleaned up, but overall, I do like his score. 77.1 is Ricky Pearsall on my board, where he does rival guys like Xavier Legette. He is in the realm of the Keon Coleman's, Ladd McConkey's. I do like it quite a bit. Like I said, this class is so good, so talented, and we will see likely, you want to say like 80% of these guys should be able to at least carve out a role for themselves, make a big name where we could see the elite top end guys. Maybe we see 5 guys out of this entire draft class become like elite talented wide receivers, and that still is extremely high. But Ricky Pearsall definitely belongs in the category. Is he a first round talent? Again, that's going to be the debate going on until he does retire from the NFL. But I do believe the 49ers know what they're doing, especially with the guys that they do like. Shanahan has proven with certain guys he can make it work, and Pearsall's definitely going to be one of these guys as well. So there that is, Ricky Pearsall. He is a 49er now, and it's a very good situation for him. Can play with the likes of Ayuk, Debo, CMC, and company, and I do believe we could see him on the field a lot quicker than most do think. Even if an Ayuk and Debo remain on this roster, he will be sprinkled in from time to time. But nevertheless, as always, don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, jump in those comments, give me your thoughts. What are y'all thinking of a Ricky Pearsall? 49er fans, how excited are you to have him on your roster? Who's leaving? Throw it in the comments. Is it Ayuk or Debo? Who's going to get traded? But we'll see you next time. I am out.